Hey, what's up, YouTube? I'm going to be doing a video, I know it's a little late, but on Bad Boys Ride or Die, because I just saw it. I just was able to have the pleasure of buying it on YouTube for like 20 bucks, so it wasn't bad. Um, I also have some comic book news that I will go over after the video. But first, let's get this video started, and thank you for coming. It's always well appreciated. And it's a 2-video special today, look at that. On just a funny side note, I broke my Predator mask. It's so sad. Yeah, sad times. But I got another one, so. As you can see, my dog is hiding under the couch. Hey, little cutie. You get a cameo. Alrighty, meow meow, Coco, ciao. We're gonna start off the review from the top. I would say, out of all the Bad Boys, this was one of the most creative. So spoiler alert, it starts off with Martin Lawrence's character getting almost killed. And instead of just doing another scene, I was getting worried they were going to repeat what they did in the last movie, where Will Smith got shot and then I think Will Smith got shot in one of them and then Martin had to take care of him. I thought they were just going to kind of rehash and redo the same thing, but no. They did it completely different in a fresh way where Martin's character, you actually saw him go into the afterlife and interact with, forgot his name, their old boss from the movies who got shot. But he's dead, so he was actually interacting with a spirit. So it's definitely a little bit more fantasy, the opening, which is awesome in my opinion. Because when I went to college, one of my teachers told me, what's cool about movies is you don't need to follow all the rules and borders of reality. And sometimes when people die or if there's a ghost, why say it was just a dream? It's a movie. And I feel like they were able to really dive into that, pun intended, with Martin Lawrence diving into the sea of the afterlife and getting a message from his dead friend, essentially. After that, Martin comes back and... the way they did his character, it caught me off guard. And I like when movies are able to catch me off guard. Martin's character ran into the street and he's like, I'm invincible now. I can't die. And it was the funniest thing to me. But later on in the movie, in that scene actually, he tells Mike Larry, Will Smith's character, that he's going to have to make a hard choice later. Now, I was watching it with my mom. Right off the bat, my mom called out that it was probably going to be between his wife that he just married at the beginning and his partner. And as soon as my mom said that, I completely agreed with her. And lo and behold, that ended up being the final conclusion decision at the end. The movie's action, the cinematography was great. I'd say acting performances, it was terrific to see they could still hold their chemistry, keep my attention, and make me laugh after all this time. And I really had no problem with any of the performances. I would say all the performances were, if you were to grade it from A to D, at least B plus each of them. If you do A to, so B plus for all of them. What else did I want to go over? I thought it was neat that they were able to tie back to I think it was the 2003 Bad Boys. So they still didn't just ignore all the other movies. Everything was somewhat connected. And they did it in a way I didn't see coming. The villain in it, I forgot his name. It's the guy from Grey's Anatomy. He played, every time he came in the room, you knew some stuff was going to go down. One of my favorite scenes, hands down, was the airplane ambush, where he just slices the pilot's throat and then basically blows the plane up, dives out, and leaves. And it didn't look, because usually CGI scenes like that could look kind of sketchy. I would say all the CGI was pretty convincing to real looking. And I have pretty much a really good eye for CGI fake stuff just from my media school experience and my offset, making YouTube videos. But this one, I would say it was definitely, you could see the work they put into it. Whatever team that did it, I definitely want to give them a pat on the back. You guys did great. The conclusion, I like that they tied back to the beginning of what Martin's character. Why can't I remember his name right now? That's on me. I forgot his name. But his character, I like that they tied back to the beginning, because that would have been a wasted potential if they didn't tie back to that line. Everything in this movie, every scene had purpose. It wasn't like, oh, there was a wedding scene and then there's no point in it. No, there was a wedding and then they ended up coming back to the wedding and explaining why it was important. It was his big decision that he had to make. And he does a classic bam bam and has to shoot his partner. He shot at his bulletproof vest at the end, basically, and then was able to get them both out alive. There was a plot point where his son, they were all framed for doing something bad. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but they ended up having to free his son because his son was about to be killed in prison. So, sorry, something's going on over there. No, it's all good. I heard it's the family upstairs. But his son was going to be killed in prison, so they end up working with his son, and they go basically underground hiding with the son until they get a plan to stop the threat and clear their names. At the end of the movie, it's pretty much a happy ending again. I think the son goes back to jail. I have to rewatch that part. But I'm assuming he went back to jail because they only freed him for that 1 second because he was trying to... people were trying to kill him at the time. But I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, so if I were to review this movie, I'd give it out of 10. No, I'll do out of 5, because that just sounds easier. 3.8 out of 5. 3.8. It kept my attention. It was good. The action was good. Some of the shaky cam threw me out of the fights just a little bit. But like I said, it looks so good, the scenes, that it wasn't a problem with me. And I know you're going to say, yeah, but that's how Bad Boys looks. I have my personal taste in action. I like the John Wick look because it's clean. You can see everything going on, and you're not just dealing with, oh no, somebody's coming in. But yeah, overall, it was a good movie, and I'd recommend that you guys go out and see it. Now, back to my original. I've been reading this comic book series called The Sword. And it's been really cool. What I'm going to start doing is because I actually have a few comic books that I read. I'm going to start doing comic book videos, kind of going over them. So if you guys are a fan of comics, please subscribe to the channel. There'll be a lot more comic book stuff coming out. Because lately there's not been a lot of good movies, hence why I don't make a lot of videos lately. But I have been reading a lot more. So we're going to dive more into books with this channel. And I cannot wait to hear from you guys and see what happens next in the channel. Thank you guys for watching. It's been a pleasure. Have a good one. Light out. I just wanted to give you guys a close-up of the comic book. So it's from the Luna Brothers. I think that's how you pronounce it. This is the volume 2 of it. The first one was Fire. So far, the story has been crazy, guys. And I'm going to go over it with you. There's going to be spoilers. And I'll show you the highlights of what I thought was cool. And I'm not sure if there's a movie or show on this, but they definitely should think about doing it. Alrighty, guys. Until next time.